Bitcoin. When we talk about all of these things, they're all dependent on a country, and they're dependent on a variety of different global political, geopolitical moves. And that's really the brilliance behind Bitcoin, is that whoever designed it, whether it was the CIA or
Langley.
whether it was Shytoshi or whether it was the Communist Party of China, whoever designed this thing is actually a genius.
Who owns the
Because
trademark of Satoshi Nakamoto? Not to cut you off.
who owns it?
I don't know.
Dennis Rodman?
Scottie Pippen knows.
Scottie Pippen know him. I call Scottie.
Go ahead with your point. You cooking. Go ahead.
Whoever, they've designed it to outlast everything, right?
For
And there's
sure.
going to be issues here and there, but you can't say, okay, we're going to crack down. Like they could say they're going to crack down on Taiwan. That's going to cause problems. How can you crack down on something that doesn't even exist? Crack down on air. They've tried it before. China's tried it. Russia's tried it. It hasn't worked because it's not like one particular. You can't have sanctions on it. You can't have tariffs on it. You can't strike down leadership. Only thing that can compromise it is if it gets compromised as far as the technology gets compromised.
Yeah.
Right? If there's a massive data breach and everybody's wallet is now open, and that's where the quantum computing comes into play.
Or mass seizures, which the U.S. did.
Well, they do. They've been doing that from the beginning.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a minute.
Yeah, they've been doing. That's how they got all their Bitcoin.
So I'm saying,
but it still hasn't affected it. So I just feel like when you think about the future, I don't know, 2 years, anything can happen. It could be a negative 2 years, but just in general,
damn man, I was going to go there. If we're talking about the next 2 years and the cycle of it, this year should be good, but the next year probably will be negative.
Yeah, if cycles. But even like,
right, that's the other part.
At some point, we're not going to have the same cycle. It's not going to work the same way. So even the sample size that we have is a relatively short period of time. It's only 15 years. So that's traditionally what has happened, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to happen every single 4 years. Is going to be the same exact 4 years going forward. There's going to be some outlier at some point in time.
Are you saying that because the hedge fund buying influence and the governmental influence now?
That's one of the reasons for sure. Because it's the scales have changed, right? When you got BlackRock that owns that much, even MicroStrategy that owns that much, right? Like now it's going to take what BlackRock wants to happen is going to happen.
For sure.
Right?
For sure. Worldwide.
Yeah. The man with the gold makes the rules. So they got
digital or physical.
That's a fact. They got bank right now. But yeah, you gotta look to them for sure. And then Nvidia has continued to lead the race when it comes to and they're still number one. They've had some challenges, and it might not be as great as it was for the last 5 years, but for all intents and purposes, artificial intelligence seems like it's only going to get bigger. And that's one of the things that Jensen was talking about as far as now the next stage is rational AI, where you can actually have a conversation. I was talking to my contractor the other day, and I was telling him, like, at what point are these laborers going to be replaced by AI machines? And he was like, never, that's never going to happen. And I'm like, why do you think that? And he was like, because they can't, it's on the job decisions, split decisions that person has to make that AI can't make. And I'm like, well, on a certain level right now, that's kind of true. Because even in ChatGPT, you ask it questions, some questions it doesn't answer. But at some point in time, every question that you ask it is going to be able to answer. The reason why it doesn't answer the questions now, because some questions can't be answered. So you have to take an opinion. You have to take an opinion, right? But at some point in time, it's gonna be opinion. And that's dangerous.
You can upload a big enough data set.
It's going to have.
Now the issue, the robots may not have the skill set to hang drywall and prime and tape mud sand, but if they get there and you can upload enough data and computational set,
but I think the functionality is the flexibility aspect of it, right? Like if you start to have robots, how we think of robots is a metal machine, that's difficult to kind of screw in. But what if a robot becomes a person and is operating like me? Like, you know what I mean?
They're doing it now. Like this was literally on Good Morning America 2 weeks ago or last week. They're building a town in Texas right now, all on AI. Right, the machine is actually layering the foundation. Is layering. There's no drywall anymore, so it's all cement homes, and they're built. People are living in these towns right now, and so the idea of having contractors be there for 6 months to a year. This is the test for it right now. They're building a whole town, and it's going to be solar. I know we talked about solar last week, but it's going to be solar, and those houses are being built in 2 months. A town. Like it's incredible. But this is technology. This is how it infiltrates an industry, and it can take over. And do it more efficiently.
And for those who think that your skill set or job will not be affected by AI, just go play with Claude or ChatGPT 03 and just see. Like Ty was showing me some stuff yesterday and building stuff in 45 minutes that would take a small team maybe 2 or 3 years ago, 2 or 3 months to build. It's going to have an effect on every, and you have to just learn how to use it to make yourself better as well. But you can't act like it's not going to have an impact on our lives. It's already doing it.